Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please pardon me. I have been on mute for 8 minutes. So let me backtrack with this power and speed it up so we make sure that we get it right. Now, if you've been here, I do hope that you were paying attention to the slides and reading along while you couldn't hear me. But check this out, family, as I go back. Check this out as I go back. Now I'm going to bring it back to you. Number one, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. Make sure you get it out there to your fam. Make sure you get it out there to your friends, because we are empowering the masses with opportunity and potentiality for growth, to change lives, to impact people across the planet. Now, we at Seti Inc., we do a number of things. We deal with all sorts of financial things, business development, business advisory. We are here to grow you economically, to grow you business-wise, to put you in a position of power. Now, what we're talking about right now is Bitcoin, as it is soared past its previous all-time high of 65,000, and it has now gone to 70,000. Now, listen, it was 6 cents in 2009. 6 cents. It's worth $70,000. This phenomena of Bitcoin represents the power of decentralized finance, its potency. And listen, this is just getting started. It's only 16 years old. 16 years old and outpacing every other asset in the financial markets as a baby. You and I cannot afford not to get involved, not to be paying attention, not to learn about this, because decentralized finance is changing the world landscape as I speak. Every government is looking in how they want to get involved. They are not going to do exactly the same things, but they must get involved in digital economics. Corporations are getting involved. Wall Street is getting involved. Everybody who understands is getting involved in decentralized finance and digital economics. Everybody who wants to preserve even the wealth that they have. If you got money, if you have stacks and racks pulled up, guess what? If you're not involved in decentralized finance, your money will evaporate. Your money is at risk for loss. Everyone must be paying attention to what's going on with this phenomena. And the great blessing of this phenomena is it is not controlled by the big banks. It is not controlled by Wall Street, and it is not controlled by any government or person. It is controlled by the masses. It is controlled by peer-to-peer interactions on the blockchain, which empower us and help to ensure its protection against thievery, crime, criminals, and I'm talking about the real criminals who wear ties and suits. Those are the real criminals. The little criminal on the street, he or she may be bad, but the big criminal who robs countries of their resources, those are the real criminals. They can't get at this yet. They can't get at this yet. Now, while we're talking about what you should be doing in your learning, guess what else is happening? We talk a lot, you've heard it, about CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. And why is this important? Because this is how the bankers, the international bankers, this is how governments are playing against the power of decentralized finance, that which they cannot control. And so they have now come up with that which they do and will control, and that which they want you and I to have. And in fact, if they could eliminate decentralized finance altogether and only give us CBDC to use, that would be what they would do. Now, this is very, very important because, as we've mentioned here before, countries are already rolling this out across the planet, versions of CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. But for those who live in the United States, where the narrative is, don't worry, it's not going to happen. Well, listen, Europe has already outlined that it's supposed to come into play legally in 2026, 2 years from now. Australia is already rolling out. Nigeria is tended to roll it out. And these smaller countries are really test case, right? They're testing the water to see how peoples will react to this. They want to see what they do, right? They want to know that they can come in and do this. They want as less friction as possible. So they're laying out their plans. Now, look, the chairman of the Federal Reserve says, Jerome Powell says, the US is a long way from launching one. And even if it did, it wouldn't spy on users. I have to laugh at that, right? You all heard of Edward Snowden, right? You all heard of Edward Snowden, who released information to the public that the U.S. government was not only spying on its other countries, even its allies, but it was spying on you and I, U.S. citizens. It was spying on people in the U.S. It was spying on people right here, which is illegal, right? And this is why it was so upsetting that he released this information, because we were being spied on. But guess what? Mr. Powell says, don't worry, even though, right, even though we all know and he knows that CBDC has the power, the potential, can be used to spy on people anywhere in the world, right? He says to US citizens, don't you worry. Don't you worry. It'll be a long time before it gets here. And don't worry, we're not going to spy on you. Do you believe that? You think that's true? Well, the history dictates probably is not true, right? So he says United States is nowhere near any form of central bank digital currency. That's not true, right? July, the FedNow system was put into play. The structural guardrails of a CBDC are already in effect right now. It will not take them long, right? So they are near. It's kind of like the U.S. being upset with Iran because they have something of potentiality to produce a bomb. And the U.S. says, well, you have to lower your potential to do that. It's not that you have one, but you're close. So you gotta stop that, and you got to get rid of your uranium. You got to get rid of your facility to do it, right? So Mr. Powell says the United States is nowhere near it, but FedNow put the United States right at the borderline of producing a CBDC with FedNow. But he says, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? This is the same government that took gold from its citizens. Remember, pay attention. History is our best teacher, right? And so, with this coming into play, people are very cautious. People are looking around. People want to know what's really happening. But some of us are totally asleep at the wheel, and we are not realizing anything that is going on. And we may wake up any day and find that our bank accounts are no longer fiat currency. We can't go to the bank and get paper money anymore. It is all digitalized, and it's CBDC. And if you act up or get out of line or say something somebody doesn't like, poof, your money is gone. Right? And so this is why this episode, Chapter 7, Episode 7, Why Should You Be in Decentralized Finance, is telling you. We've just given you two reasons. One, the great power of decentralized finance and the growth, and just the potential that you have of getting involved and earning some wealth, let alone the power and control that you can have over your own life and your own money. Number two, if you don't do that, or in some way do that, then you're going to be totally on the other side of this, which is the CBD side, the controlled side, the side under which they can trace and track everything. They can push a button and make it disappear. Total control. You will be a slave in the CBD system, CBDC system. That's your choices today. Those are the choices. Now look, as we keep talking about that, this is the biggest, most bullish bull market in play right now. It started, it's beginning. How do you know? Because everything is moving in that direction. If decentralized finance wasn't this great thing that I'm telling you it is, and there are a multitude of ways to be involved, to get in it. We're advocating, learn, 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 learn. You should be reaching out to us at customer service at SetiInc.com. You should be scheduling your free consultation. You want to begin to learn. Education, learn, learn, learn. You want to get involved right now. Just as Bitcoin has soared past its all-time high, so are so many others. Binance Coin, Ethereum, Solana, all soaring right now. All soaring right now. And those are just the big boys. There are something like 20,000 opportunities to just in coin moves, let alone the possibilities of projects, programs, and other mechanisms that all evolved in the decentralized world. Learn, 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 learn. You and I don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Nobody in their right mind would want to miss an opportunity to change their lives dynamically for the better. Would you? This is what we're advocating for you. This is what we want for you. Get involved, get involved, get involved. And listen, we're getting ready to do it again. Put it on, keep watching, keep paying attention. We're getting ready to do it again. We're getting ready to do it again as we've done it before, because we want to get people in, and we're bringing Learn and Earn number 3. Learn and Earn 3 is coming in April. We're going to set the date for it soon. Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to set the date so you can put it on your calendar. You do not want to miss it. This is your opportunity to begin to learn what the hell is this DeFi all really about? Why, how in the world is going on? Why did Wall Street run to DeFi? The very thing that they've been against almost for 14 years. The leaders in Wall Street, the big boys on Wall Street, the big CEOs in Wall Street were all pretty much against it. And now they're in. So much so that they sued the SEC to get in. What is that telling you? It's telling you about the power of something that can no longer be ignored. You and I would be absolutely foolish to ignore this at this time. We thank you so much, family. Make sure, again, check out our website for all the things we do, www.SetiInc.com. Make sure you schedule that free appointment at customer service at SetiInc.com, and make sure you begin to learn to earn. Make sure you stay tuned in for as we set that date is coming up soon. You want to be a part, you will have to register to get in. We want to make sure that we continue to enlighten the masses with the power of knowledge, the power of choice. The power of choice is the greatest blessing after life itself that the Most High has ever given us. And now you and I have that power. Let's exercise that power of choice to our own benefit and the benefit of our families. We thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to continually sparking life, energy, prosperity, and positivity to the masses. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace and power.